All right, today, folks, I'm going to show you something that I see a lot with regards to the neck. So Yoga Latte, we focus on corrective exercise, and a big part of that is knowing and understanding our own body and how the joints move. We're going to talk about and focus on the neck joint, the cervical spine, which is where the neck is. The cervical spine has 7 beautiful vertebrae. And when those vertebrae are thought of as a ball socket joint, a lot of people will be doing head circles. And this is very common in exercise classes and is taught regularly. I used to do it in aerobics classes, sadly, but I didn't understand that the neck joint is not a ball socket joint. So we don't want to be doing something that actually is disrespectful to our own anatomy, and really doing neck circles is something that is not optimal for a joint that is not a ball socket joint. In fact, the cervical spine, so this neck is actually, cervical spine is a stable joint. What does that mean? Is it should stay in place rather than be flipping all over the place or circling around, right? What do we call that when someone has had their head unstable? It's whiplash, right? Miserable. And it definitely compresses a lot of these gorgeous nerve endings that flow through here and that go out to the arms and have our body happy and healthy and circulation flowing through and no tendonitis going on and all these other symptoms we get that could be coming from this beautiful little joint that really should be cared for properly. So here's what I would do instead of doing neck circles. Knowing that the head is quite heavy, relatively speaking. Okay, so if the head is forward, it becomes heavier and more heavy the more forward it is. So what we want to do is get it back. And if you see folks, especially someone you love, on their phone like this, have them use the phone here and maybe use a wall for a little bit until they can reorient their brain so that their head is up, because it's going to do a really significant disservice to that cervical spine. So that's the first piece, alignment. We want to get the head in alignment, and then we can start to move it. How does that head, the neck, want to be moved? Well, there's multiple ways that it can be moved. Not so much in this grinding, circling, right? That's not the correct anatomy. So think about what the anatomy would be for the neck. Well, it definitely turns and looks. And it's better if we're in alignment first. And we want to be able to turn and look. So that's good things. Now, when you do that, you can do beautiful stretches by simply dropping the arm, the opposite arm, and extend, and you can feel how all of it is connected. The other thing we can do is drop the ear to the shoulder. That is a great one. Pretty simple. You don't need to do a lot of grinding. We don't want to do grinding. We don't want to do ball socket grinding. Now, I would do gentle looking down. That would be one thing. You can feel that. But I wouldn't just repeat a grinding circle all the way around. So again, you could either do ear to shoulder. You can do looking. And on that ear to shoulder, I do gently combine that looking down so that that releases some of the scalenes here. Okay. And then what's the other piece? Well, our ability to look up is really important. A lot of us aren't doing that anymore because we're looking down on nasty devices. So really simply looking up. Those moves. So what does this head do? We look down, but we've got so much of that going on all day long. I would do more looking up so we can counter that for the cervical spine. I would look to the right and the left, and I would do ear to shoulder every day. That would probably do a lot more than and benefit you more than just grinding your head in neck circles. I hope that helps.